Hey, how's it going? I am ready to talk some music with you guys and appreciate you checking it out. My YouTube channel, in case you didn't notice, is called Hunt4MUsic. I'm Robbie Hunt. I'm just going to talk about music. I was finding when I was trying to come up with topics and things to think about or talk about that I was overthinking it. And a lot of people online, I guess they're doing a lot of preparation and maybe just have a better memory at this point in their lives than I do. And so I found myself thinking a lot about what to say. And I thought, well, I never run out of things to say when I'm talking the ears off of the people that I hang around with and my friends and family and musicians that I interact with. So anyway, I thought, man, I just got to get going. And this morning I woke up and I thought, well, I want to make a video and get this going. This would be episode number 2 on the Hunt4MUsic channel, and it's still going to be bad, but whatever. It is what it is. I figure at some point I'm going to catch my stride because I do have a background in speaking over the airwaves as being trained to be a radio DJ, and I did that, and then I was wedding DJ, and throughout my life I've talked a lot about music and involved in presenting it to people in various formats and things like that. So I figure I'll catch my groove, and hopefully it's sooner than later. And I appreciate you taking the time to check it out. So first off, in my past from having my oatmeal this morning after I woke up along with a big old cup of coffee, I started just some music came across my mind, and I thought, man, I haven't heard that in a while. And with everything that I watch online for guys talking about music, I haven't heard anybody mention this particular album, artist, or song in quite a while. And I must say, this isn't one of my all-time favorites as an artist overall, but it's one album in particular, and also, even more specific, one song, actually 2 songs slashed together here. But if you want to do yourself a favor today and check out something you probably have not heard in quite some time, or maybe never at all, I do believe it came out in 1973. The album is called Lou Reed, Rock and Roll Animal. And this would be my pick of the day. The album opener, it's a live album that I think there's only 5 tracks on that album, but the album opener is called Intro/Sweet Jane. So Sweet Jane is a song that Lou Reed had put out before that, and this live version is actually better. But Steve Hunter and Dick Wagner are the guitar players on this particular track. When it starts out, it's an instrumental for, I don't know, whatever, 4 minutes, and there's just something special about that track. And man, it was even nice for me to hear it. And I used to play this all the time, but there's so much overload of music, especially with the I take my music in most of the time now from Spotify, and I have all my playlists set up, and I'll do a show about that sometime, and I'll be referencing those all the time. But I still try and follow new music, but man, it's when it gets down to it and you have every song you've ever heard in front of your face on a computer interface, on an app on the computer, it's easy for things to get lost in the shuffle, even if you have them sitting in a playlist right on the side of the screen right there. So anyway, check that out. Intro Sweet Jane by Lou Reed, off his album Rock and Roll Animal. It's a good one. So the other thing I was thinking about this morning, I'm like, well, the stuff I watch online is, let me just say that if you've never checked out Pete Pardo, Sea of Tranquility, he's a guy that talks about music all the time, and he's very good at it, and he's covered every album possible. He's been doing it for years, and he also has a lot of great guests on his show, and he does a program with Martin Popoff. Martin Popoff is a Canadian gentleman that has written a lot of books, and I believe he's a rock critic. I think I used to read his stuff in Rolling Stone magazine before it turned too political for me. And anyway, these 2 guys on the Sea of Tranquility YouTube channel, they talk about music all the time, they have a topic each week, and they put both of their faces up on a screen, and they just talk for 30 minutes to an hour about whatever list or topic or ranking of what they do. So I really like that, and I thought, well, I have a much more rambling approach to all this, and I'll just kind of talk about whatever crosses my mind. And as I put these on YouTube, if you guys come up with something you would like me to talk about, put it in the comments and stuff. And I'm actually kind of looking forward to that. And it's fun for me. So, but anyway, back to what I was originally talking about. I was walking through the house, and when I come down the stairs, there's this giant mirror there, and I'm like, man, that's really cool, that this Tom Petty shirt that I have on. Let's see, there it is. And I thought, I just love Tom Petty, and so many great albums, so many great songs, what a career in music. And my first time seeing Tom Petty was actually the first time I did something else. But that's another story for another time, or not. Let's see how that pans out. But so here I am. Let's see, that would have been 1980. I saw Tom Petty for the first time back in Phoenix, Arizona. So we're talking about 45 years ago. And I am, not literally, but I have the same t-shirt on that I had then. And when I saw myself in the mirror, I thought, man, not much has changed in all these years. And I'm very lucky to have my life in a situation to where I can do all the things I enjoy with somebody that I enjoy being with all the time, and doing great things in life, and having lots of fun, and great friends and family, and musical collaborations, and all of these things. I'm at a very, very good, productive, inspired point in my life with music. But that's not what I'm talking about right now. Let's get back to Mr. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers on my t-shirt here. So then I thought it was really cool. My wife surprised me by getting me this t-shirt because I showed her a piece of memorabilia, and it was kind of funny because I don't really collect things, but I tried not to throw away everything or lose it in the shuffle throughout my life. So I have some things that are pretty cool from my past, but not everything. And probably, those things were more cool to me than to anybody else. But I did have something that I showed my wife, Christina, and she got me this shirt right here. But if we go back to this date right here, which is Tuesday, January 22nd, 1980, at the Evening Star and Jam Productions present at Symphony Hall. No cameras or recorders in 1980. So we're kind of in a completely different dimension. Artists now have gone full circle. It's went from everybody holding a phone at the concerts they're at and taking terrible video of the bands playing live instead of watching the concerts. And some bands I see now are even making you locking your phone in a Ziploc before the concert starts, so the guys on the stage don't have to look into a bunch of phones and force the people to actually watch them play live. So I think that's pretty cool. But on that same day, so I'm either January of 80, I would have still been either 16 or 17, I don't know, I'm not going to do the math. But here's my prop for this show. On that particular day, I walked up to the counter and I purchased this particular shirt. Now, if you look, it's quite a bit smaller than the one here that I'm wearing. And I must say, one of the first things my wife was telling me, she's like, do you wash all your clothes just by sticking them all in? I go, yeah, And when I have nothing else to wear, I just take one load and I jam everything in there and I do one giant load of laundry. And she's like, well, that's cool. She goes, you know, you're probably wearing out your clothes a lot faster than you need to. And by the way, don't ever do any of my laundry. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I've had this shirt for 45 years. we could see the, there's some holes in the pits there. And the fabric's just kind of basically falling apart all over the place. I did put it on, and yeah, it still fits a little bit tight. But getting back to the laundry thing. I wore this shirt so many times. I can't even tell you and how many times I washed it. I don't know if it was a good shirt to start with, but it lasted pretty well for me, and I really feel it gives me a warm feeling having this still around. And it's kind of, so on this old one, the holes in the front too, the artwork is smaller. When they did this version of the shirt, they took the artwork and kind of overpowered it. I like that one a little bit better, but like I say, I'm specifically tied to this old one, but nobody wants to see me walking around in that. So anyway, I will definitely talk about Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, because his music is a big part of my life. So getting back to talking about music, that Lou Reed song, I'm new to this YouTube content making. And one thing I do know is that even if you just have something playing in the background, if there's music playing in the background and you make a video, you'll get a little thing pop up on your YouTube that says you're breaking the law. And that's kind of too bad, but I also understand it. And so I can't really, if I was to put music in here, I'd be concerned that I was not following the rules. And I do want to follow the rules. I try to be a rule follower because I don't like getting in trouble. So anyway, I've decided that I've done some research, and I think as a musician, a recording artist, songwriter, guitar player, singer, but since I do those things with my own original content, I will put that stuff on this channel, and I'll put links to a lot of stuff when I figure out how to do that. But I'm only going to put my own original stuff as far as music goes. But I will. I mean, you guys all have a phone in your hand, and however you get your music, if I mention something to check out, it might brighten up your day or let you discover something new or something that you forgot. So no random music playing on here. I'm going to keep this fairly short. Too late for that, right? But I'm trying different ways of recording and editing and presenting my videos. I'm a little more confident than I used to be, because at this point, with the music project I have going on now, which is Soundview Summit, in a collaboration with Daniel Dagnall, and he was the producer of the first Exacta Box album. And me and him are getting ready to release our first album on June 13th, Friday the 13th of 2025. And I contacted him because I wanted to figure out how to record music better than using a little pocket recorder with just the two little condenser mics in there. And even my demo recordings were not as good as they could be. Even though I use my voice memo on my iPhone, whenever I get an idea, that's what I record to now. It's even easier than the recorder I had. However, using a Mac, I have GarageBand. In that program comes with the computer, And there was a guy I was playing music with, and I told him, I go, well, I made you this recording of the way I do this song. And he's like, oh yeah, by the way, you should make better recordings for me. And I'm like, man, it's just for you to reference. It doesn't have to be a great recording. He's like, well, with that fancy computer you have sitting on your desk right there, there's a recording studio in there, and it's very basic, and you can figure it out, and you can make much better recordings. I'm like, God, that's really cool. So shout out to Ken for leading me in the right direction on that. And but I still couldn't do it. I mean, learning new things is probably, I don't know if it's ever been my strong point, but at this point in my life, I'm fairly comfortable just doing the things I already know how to do. But I guess I can push myself, but I still needed some help. And I contacted Daniel and asked him if he could help me figure out this recording program, this recording app on the computer. And then I said, and who knows, maybe if it goes well and I can get to recording some stuff and be inspired, maybe we could collaborate. And then I asked him, we could write together, maybe we could record together, get a project going. And Daniel responded back to me, and he said, first off, Rob, let me just answer your rambling barrage of questions here. I paraphrase. And he said, the answer to those questions are yes, 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 and yes. And he said, we'll start. He goes, let's make a plan. You can call me up. We'll talk on the phone. I'll walk you through whatever you need. If we need to take videos or pictures of what we're doing to get you up and running. And it happened fairly quickly. And I can do the very most basic of things in GarageBand. So I record my stuff. I render them down into files of the tracks that I record, either whether it's vocals or guitar and other things, a few other things that I can kind of do. And I send them off to him, and he is a producer, a real producer, and I send those off to him, and then we collaborate, and it's been just one of the best experiences of my life. So that leads me to talking about this YouTube stuff. I thought it was going to be real easy. I thought, well, there's a video camera in the computer as well. I can try using that. I have my phone, and it's so everything has video on it, and I thought I could try it. But I always thought, man, editing this stuff is going to be so difficult. And then I started seeing a lot of the videos with the Zoom, right? Like shows on TV, the people are going to their court case from the front seat of their car with their phone on a Zoom call. And I'm like, man, I should be able to figure this out. And then I found out that the guys I was watching on YouTube with the split screen, two guys talking about topics coming off as a television program. I just thought that's so cool. And then I heard some of those people mention, doing the Zoom broadcast, and it still took me a long time to get to it. But then Daniel and I, we have production meetings every week, and we talk on the phone about the music we're writing and recording and producing and releasing. And we said, let's go ahead and try and figure this out so we can put our production meetings on there. And so that will be the SoundView Summit programs that I come out with on this Hunt4MUSIC channel. So yeah, it's super easy with Zoom, right? And it kind of is. But then you still have to get that from the phone or the computer or the iPad or whatever, and you have to get that onto YouTube. So there is editing, even if it's one edit of just moving it over. And so is proving to be more complicated than I thought, but I'm not going to give up on it. I'm going to keep going because I think I can streamline this whole situation. And I believe there's a lot of people from my era of growing up. And I mean, I'll be honest with you. I have this idea that probably the the high school years and shortly after of somebody, I think we're different looking at the world and not knowing what's ahead of us. And I never wanted to become cynical. And if I ever was starting to be, I'm really trying not to these days. But I do think we form what's most important to us back in those days. So my years are like 78 to, let's call it 86, but I love all music. But I go back to that stuff, and you know, some of it doesn't age as well as you would think. And I also find that I lost my train of thought, so I don't even know where I'm going now. But I also find that some stuff, even my most favorite artists and songs and albums, I just get to the point where, like with Leonard Skinner, I can't really listen to too much Leonard Skinner. There's so much more to listen to, and I try and pack it in. Oh, so anyway, getting back to the video stuff, because I'm going to shut this off. I'm starting to ramble and lose my focus here. But I'm going to continue to record these. If you have any kind suggestions, I will try and implement those. But I think I'm just going to end up keeping it as simple as possible. I'm in a happy surroundings, talking about things I love, and hopefully the people that stop by here are enjoying the ride, and it's just an escape, and maybe an escape back to the 80s. If you're, that's the audience that I think I have. There's a bunch of us. I mean, we're not really that young anymore, but we're not that old either, man. I have a path in front of me that I'm very excited about, and this album that's coming out I just can't wait to share that with you guys. I already have 3 albums released, and I'm very proud of all those, but this is a new approach with a new collaboration, and I feel like my writing and my playing is matured and gotten better, maybe more professional. The singing, I'm doing the best I can with the singing, but well, you know, we'll see. So anyway, if you ever need to put a smile on your face, listen to Tom Petty Wildflowers album. That always works for me. Check out Lou Reed, and thank you for coming to this. You hear all these people on YouTube say this, and if you happen to stop by here, please subscribe and hit the bell on there so you'll get a reminder of any time that I release. You'll get a notification of any time I release one of these videos, and we can build up a little community on here that are like-minded about great music and being happy. I'll tell you what, there's some achy and painy things about getting older and trying to keep yourself fit, but man, I wouldn't want to go back. I love every memory that I've managed to put together in my life, and I'm making great memories in these days, and everything just feels like it's landing in the right space. And I hope that we can all get through the trials and tribulations and the hardships and the sadness that life brings. But I also hope we can take time out of our day to be thankful for the things we have and the people that we love and love us back, and really enjoy these days and see the good in people and things and situations and not the negative. And my wife has given me that perspective, and she is awesome. And as a lot of the people that know me think and say in the groups that we have been sitting around with, thank God for Christina. You know, she helps put me in the right direction and keep me in the right frame of mind. And I hope you can have that too. I hope today is a wonderful day for you, and I'll see you next time you come back here. Feel free to share links to the YouTube page And I hope that leads you to also following the links to the music that I release. And we'll make sure that there are links so you can listen to the music for free. You don't have to pay for anything. And if anything, if there is a way to deliver the music and any of my content to you in an easier way, let me know, and I'll try to do the best I can. So anyway, this is Rob. It's been nice talking with you. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.